Hey, welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. I'm Eleanor. Today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is meant to help us find what resources are available to assist us that we might not be seeing or don't realize that they're there, or we might be very aware of them but don't see them as resources or opportunities. They might feel like blockages or they might feel like delays, but there is something that we can gain there. There is a diamond in there, but we have to see it differently. So I have pulled 3 tarot cards to describe the 3 different resources, and then the oracles are for helping us find them or to connect with them or to call them in. So stack 1 is the orca, song lines. Stack 2 is the goat, reliability. Stack 3 is the red fox, strategy. Their timestamp below. Let's get right to it. All right, stack 1 with orca, and I forgot to mention there is a language warning on one of the oracles I'm using, so just in case you don't like that. So with orca, you have the 9 of Wands reversed, and you have the Emperor reversed and the Lovers reversed. Okay. So, and then you have stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up, you are missing some cool shit. So that might be why you are not seeing what's available. Maybe a little bit of avoidance or sleeping. All right, let's see. All right, so with this 9 of Wands reversed, that indicates that you might have someone available that you can delegate something to. So if you have been feeling like you're not enough because you have to do everything yourself and that seems impossible, you don't actually. You would have to access some level of trust though. So Orca in this deck is all about your family and you're being a link in an unbroken generational chain. So I feel like your family or someone in your family can shoulder something for you temporarily while you rest. And there is also safety in this card, and you might be overlooking how supported you are. And at the same time, you don't have to be exactly like them or do what they've always done to earn it. You're one of them, and that's it. You don't have to keep fighting that fight or singing their song. You doing you makes the family stronger than homogeneity. So the next thing you have available to you is this Emperor in reverse. So this might sound weird or unideal, but there is an option to go home, even though you would have less autonomy. So that trade-off is that's one you would have to assess for yourself. But sometimes freedom comes at such a high cost, and there are periods of life when someone might decide not to pay it and give up some autonomy for safety or shelter. Now that's no way to live your entire life, but you know, life is cyclic, there's ups and downs. It doesn't have to be forever, just as a stopgap that's better than something more drastic. Like with this wake up card, I think there's more benefit here than you think beyond the immediate, like a linked opportunity, like meeting someone or a new job offer in your old town. Like, I don't know if I can get this out right, but whatever you'd be submitting to exists in a greater context that gives you even more than the thing does itself. So it could also be going back to work for a boss if doing your own thing has become too much or is just not, it's too unpredictable. So you do sacrifice some freedom there, but you gain a different kind of freedom. You gain the financial freedom that you've never had or haven't had in a long time. So there is a freedom in having less responsibility. And yes, there's a cost too, but there's a cost-benefit analysis that you get to make there. The third thing available to you is the Lovers reversed. So your self-love is unconditional and impervious to the games and insecurities or baggage of another person. You are actually your own source for love and self-worth if you can believe it, if you can accept it. And I really am sorry to bring up a show as poorly aged as Sex and the City, but Samantha was the paragon of self-love, and she never lacked partners or attention. And I will never forget the line that she says. She says, I love you, but I love me more. And she ends things with this dude that I guess wasn't valuing her as she deserved, or was starting to cause her to compromise her self-concept. So anyway, you could be missing out on the most important relationship and source of infinite love that you will ever have, the one with yourself. And if you don't take a look at some like generational patterns and traumas with Orca here. Sleeping too, that can be a form of avoidance, and I say that having used sleep as an escape from pain, so no judgment there at all. But all of this is here for you to wake up to. wake up to if you so choose. So that's what I have stack 1. I hope it helps you access something to your benefit, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. All right, stack 2 with the goat, and I forgot to mention earlier that there is language on one of these cards, just in case you don't like the specialty naughty words. So with goat, you have the world reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed. These are all crazy with all these reversals. 10 of Cups, that's more like it. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. Oh, well, say what you really mean. All right, so they're going to give it to you really straight here. All right, are you ready? Okay, so first you have the world reversed. You have time. Believe it or not, any deadline that you feel looming, aside from actual written work deadlines, they're self or socially imposed, and they aren't real. You have time and more chances to figure something out. So this is getting your head out of your ass card. That reminds me of the symbol for the snake eating its tail. Endings are just beginnings, and nothing is ending for you. It's just beginning. You're always beginning every day. And the key is self-care, nourishment, and renewal. Like the lore of this goat card is that it belonged to Thor, and then he could kill it for food and then reanimate it the next day endlessly. So if you can open your awareness to the larger cycle at play, you will see that the dark or apparent endings, or that they're phasic, and that they usher in the light and beginnings. You do not have to rush. Next, you have the Ace of Cups reversed. So you are surrounded by love that you do not see. You may not be in constant contact with those that love you, but the love is always there. But here's the thing, okay? So just like hate or anger or any other emotion, what's in someone else's heart can only be felt by them. So what's in your heart can only be felt by you. Like someone could be overflowing with love for you, but what you feel in your heart is your love for them. All you can do is know that they do, and that's in your head, knowing that they do. Stop looking for evidence that they don't and look for evidence that they do. And another thing I see here is an opportunity to show or demonstrate love to another that is in need of it, and miraculously, because you aren't taught this, it's your cup that gets filled. And if you ever want to feel love, give love. Send love into the universe, or towards yourself, or towards someone else. It is not a zero-sum game. Love does not submit to ownership. So third, you have the 10 of Cups. There is opportunity to experience joy and happiness, bliss and fulfillment. It says that they are available, of course, but not that you are currently in possession of them, right? It says plainly right here that the darkness disconnecting you from happiness could be around some level of self-absorption. If you are hyper-focused on what you don't like about yourself, your problems, lack, where you feel powerless, then joy will continue to elude you. So, like, goats are available to the rich and the poor and the like. That's kind of like what the guidebook talks about. Happiness and joy are not reserved for anyone in any circumstance. It is a choice. So mountain goats are sure-footed because they don't plod. They don't get hung up on jagged situations or put their weight down on them, or spots that wouldn't hold them if they stopped there. So you can travel lighter if you don't dwell. Now, this is not to be confused with bypassing toxic positivity. You do have to let your emotions communicate with you. But depression is linked with over-focus on the negative and problems with the self. So this does call for balance, for self-love, and also just getting outside of yourself. So there's a lyric I just have to share. I don't remember who it is. If you know the song, comment and tell me who the artist is. I just can't remember. But it's something like, I believe that this is your life and it can rule you, something, something. You don't believe that anything good can happen to the people it should, but I believe in you, so get over yourself. It's a really fun song. Anyway, I hope that helps you access something that you've been needing, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you. Okay, stack 3 with the fox. Also, just a heads up, I forgot to mention that this one deck has naughty words in it, in case that bothered you, just a heads up. So with the red fox, You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. All of these have been giving me a lot of reversals. The Ten of Swords. The Six of Cups reversed. More reversals here. Okay. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive. Let that shit go. If only that were so easy. Okay. So the first thing is the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So this resource is coming in disguised as a setback. Fox implies that things might not be as they seem, and you might have to change your perspective to see the truth. So this opportunity presented in the form of a setback is to re-examine if you are actually building a life in the long term that you really want with your choices. And if not, you can pivot here. So have all your choices been getting you some short-term gains, but not amounting to anything cumulatively? You have a chance under this energy to reimagine, and for some of you, bother imagining for the first time what you want the net effect of your existence in the world to look like. You can redo your investment strategy here, change industries, start a business, all kinds of stuff because of the questions that this setback is forcing you to ask. So next you have the Ten of Swords. There is closure available to you right now. That is, if you can accept that closure in the form that it takes. So something that has been causing you pain or harm can end, but it means letting something just end instead of expecting it to transform. Something toxic does not suddenly become healthy with Ten of Swords energy. Actually, it doesn't ever. But it does cease so the healing can begin. And also with this message about forgiveness with the Ten of Swords, it's not forgiveness for reconciliation and to give someone access to your energy, but for your own peace so that you can let go and maybe forgive yourself as well. Now this Fox energy asks you to think more strategically and to be willing to shift your mindset to move through a difficult situation more smoothly. So they're helping you by reframing these setbacks and endings as forms of blessings and abundance because they result in fertile ground to plant new seeds and intentions for what you truly desire and not just what you've settled for. So third, you have the Six of Cups reversed. This one it's a little bit weird, and there's a few things here, so just take what resonates. Your past is actually a resource in the present moment. Now, I know they say the past does not actually exist, only the present does, but the past does exist in the present in that the present is exactly how it is because of everything you have ever said, done, thought, or people you met. Your history lives in you. Your ancestors live in you. You don't have to expend energy on nostalgia for something that lives in you now. You can put your story in writing and then it gains new life every time it's read by anyone, just like all of the novels feel like they're happening again every time you read it. You, as you are right now, is because of your story. So you can tell it any way that you want to shift identities like Fox here. You can write out shame and guilt framing and keep the lessons and be both better from the experience and lighter for letting it go. So there is an important distinction here about reframing, not filtering. So your memories, they are a resource if you can view them without judgment or attachment. Nothing exists without whatever caused it, made it, or influenced, good or bad. Okay, so this is actually relevant to this Ten of Pentacles reversed, where, okay, hopefully you can follow my logic here. If when your future, what is currently your future, becomes your present, and your current present is the past that led to that present, that creates it, right? How do you want that to look? Is this what you do now, the past that you want supporting and birthing the present that you experience in the future? And if not, you can change that under the current energy. You could really do it anytime, but sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's more important, sometimes we just forget and we need a reminder. So I hope this helps you access some abundance in some different and unique forms, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.